Okay, welcome back, and I am here with Demon Hunter. So, Demon Hunter, in a change from the past few sets, they don't really have overpowered cards. Like, usually Demon Hunter, they have like two or three that are like 6-star cards that deserve to be nerfed, and a couple 5-star cards. Here, they only have two really powerful cards. Number one here is, and I'll get to it later, Expendable Performance. That's the best Demon Hunter card they got. And they got the weapon here, Dreadlord's Bite. I mean, both of those are great cards. But for the most part, Demon Hunter cards, they aren't like overpowered. They're where they should be. And the cards themselves, they're not really, like, how would I say this? They're cards we've seen before. They're cards whose effect we have seen before, so we know what the cards will be. And really, the Demon Hunter cards, they can be divided into what I would say would be 4 categories. There's my watch being stupid. Okay, category 1 would be cards that just go face. So you got the weapon here, you got the execution here that becomes a weapon, you got Relentless Pursuit, which gives you face damage. And so those are the 3 cards that are there. So category number 2 is like general minion removal. So you got a rush here, you got a rush here, you've got an AoE here, you've got single target AoE here. The expendable performance, really strong minion removal. Category number 3 would be just like outcast synergy, where they got 2 cards here that have outcast synergy, and only 1 card that has outcast and Dreadlord's Bite. Synergy number 4, that would be draw. Well, like only 1 card that draws actually. Well, two cards that draw actually. Acrobatics here and Stilt Stepper here, and then Fellhound's kind of like Zydia Incredible is a card that draws. Here, Il'gynoth. Il'gynoth is a face card, and you got a Satiable Fellhound, which kind of synergizes with Il'gynoth, but is just kind of like by itself. It doesn't fit in any category here. All right. So point being, like all these cards, they're not really exceptional. Like outside of a couple of them. They're good, but they're not like the level of power that we would expect from Demon Hunter. So let's get into the cards here. Okay, Fellscream Blast. Lifesteal, deal 1 damage to a minion and its neighbors. This is Shooting Star from Mage for Demon Hunter, except it has Lifesteal, except it's Demon Hunter, which already doesn't have as much of a need for small targeted AoE as Mage does. So, like, it's obviously better than Shooting Star, but it's not like the Lifesteal. Demon Hunter's like Lifesteal, but it's not like really a great. I would say it's a high 3-star card because there's a limit to how much of an number one. There's a limit to how much of an impact this can have and how good this can be. Number 2, they're like, how would I say this? Demon Hunter does not need this as much as Mage needs a Shooting Star. So that lowers what it possibly could be like if it were in a different class. Alright, Throglaive. 1 mana, deal 2 damage to a minion. If it dies, add a temporary copy to this hand. Basically, Echo if it kills a minion. Alright, useful, but you can only use it on things that have 2 health. And, okay, so you can use it to clear off tokens, which again is useful. But how is it compared to something like an Immolation Aura? An Immolation, like this is kind of like a targeted Immolation Aura that will cost significantly more and doesn't impact your own side of the board. And I'm not so certain on that. Like it's good, but again, as I said, I would rather have Immolation Aura than this, which does basically the same thing. Like it could be, you could, for example, I actually can't do that. I was gonna say you can do 2 on a single thing, but if it doesn't kill it, doesn't matter. So yeah, it's Immolation Aura, and for that, let me get this one. Let me get the card loaded up here. Like high 3-star card. So I think that's the problem with that one. Redeem Pariah, 2 mana. After you play an Outcast card, gain +1/+1. Alright, Demon Hunters. The problem with Outcast is there aren't really that many good Outcast cards that are drafted that you want to play, like just by itself. So like there's a couple of them. Like it's like less than 1 a deck or so right now if you go to HS Replay, because so many Outcast cards have gotten macro adjusted down quite a bit. So with the Pariah, you're probably not going to play an Outcast card, or you're probably not going to have it. It's just going to be 2/3. Like I compare it to Bloodsail Raider, the 2/3 pirate that gains attack if you're holding a weapon, and that's much more likely to trigger, and that's much more likely to have a stronger impact than Pariah is, and that's only a high 2-star card. So yeah, this is a 2-star card. All right, next. Acrobatics, draw 2 cards. If you play both this turn, draw 2 more. So this being Arena, this is going to happen a lot. This is going to be a 3-mana sprint a lot of the time. You're a Demon Hunter, so you're going to want to draft a lower curve, and by the time you want to play this, you do not want to play this on turn 3. You do not want to play this on turn 5. You want to play this on turn 8 or turn 9 when you've ran out of stuff. And if you're playing it there, you'll probably be able to play both of your cards with 6 mana left and draw extra cards. So, like, maybe 50% of the time, 60% of the time, if you're playing this when you want to be playing it. So, how good is that? I think it's a low 4-star card. I mean, it's draw. It's definitely good. It's definitely something you want to pick up. Like, there's a limit to like how good draw can be, and that's probably about around the low 4-star range. But yeah, this is a good card. Definitely pick it up if you see it. Like, don't take it over the OP stuff, but take it over the average stuff, the good stuff. Dreadlord's Bite, 3 mana 3/2, outcast, deal 1 damage to all enemies. So obviously this effect is really powerful. This is not your side of the board. This is all enemies. This is the hero as well. So like, it looks insane, but it's got the outcast problem. So the outcast problem is, are you going to be able to outcast this on turn 3? And the answer is no. So you pretty much have to hold on to this weapon until you have a time where the outcast matters. And so that's not exactly all that easy to do. I compared this to a Death Spite, which is, I would say, a fair comparison. That's a 4/2 with the Death Rattle, deal 1 to everything. But because of that, you get to charge it up and you get to decide when to clear it. And your opponent doesn't have any choice on this. This, you're not really going to have a choice on when to use it. Like, sometimes your play is just going to be to play a 3/2 weapon and the effect doesn't matter. So, like, it's really good. It's a 5-star card. I'm just saying, like, it's not as overpowered because the outcast holds it back. All right, well done. Yeah, over here. All right, Line Hopper. Your outcast cards cost 1 less. So I compare it to the there was a card in One Night in Karazhan whose name I'm forgetting, Warden, which was a 3 mana 3/4. Your secrets cost 0. And for this one, your outcast cards cost 1 less. Like, okay, it's not bad. It's a 3/4 that does something, so it's always positive. But again, same problem. You're probably not going to have that many outcast cards in Arena to begin with. So Line Hopper, it's a high 3-star card. Like, 3/4 would be a 3-star card. 3/4 the upside would be a high 3-star card. Relentless Pursuit. Give your hero +4 attack and immune this turn. So Heroic Strike exists on Warrior with no immune for 2 mana. This is a lot better than the Heroic Strike. Number 1, the immune matters for healing. Number 2, Demon Hunters, you want attack a lot more than Warriors do, so they can go face and they can end the game quickly. So in that sense, it's better than that. I think a lot better than that. Compared to like a Shadow Bolt can only impact minions, but it can go through taunts. And Warlock, they want more like board removal. So I would say it's somewhere between Heroic Strike and Shadow Bolt, which to me would be probably a low 3-star card. Shadow Bolt's 3-star card. Heroic Strike's like a high 2-star card, so this low 3 stars. Okay, Insatiable Fellhound, Taunt, Corrupt, gain +1/+1 and lifesteal. 3 mana 2/5 Taunt. That is good. That is just good stats. 3 mana 2/5 Corrupt, gain +1/+1 and lifesteal. A 3/6, which is really good, but you have to corrupt it, so you're not playing it until turn 5. So this card, it's 4-star card. Like, as I said, it's 4-star card. It's good. The stats are good. The stat distribution is good, and you just want taunt and you want lifesteal and Demon Hunter, and this does that. I would take this over the Ash Tongue Vile Slayer, the 3/5 lifesteal taunt that Demon Hunter has. Felsteel Executioner, 3 mana 4/3, corrupt, become a weapon, which is a 4/3 weapon. So moderate problem Demon Hunter has, which is similar to Warrior, is that you're getting a few too many weapons. So if you have the Felsteel Executioner here, like, you already got the Dreadlord's Bite here, which is a common card, right? So these weapons are going to overlap. And if you get Marrow Slicer, you're not skipping a Marrow Slicer. Marrow Slicer is much better than this. So you've got those weapons. You might even be taking the Lifesteal weapon. So there's the problem where a 3-mana 4/3 weapon that's not on curve, that's like much later down the line, there's a limit to how good it can be. And so because of that, like, I would say that this card, where would I put this card? I would say this card is probably like a low 4-star level. I think it's useful. Like, I'll probably play it as a 4/3 more, and I'll play it as a like a 4/3 minion than a 4/3 weapon. But the card is like, I think the weapon comes out too late, and there's too many weapons for it to really be effective, and at the 4/3 will actually do more most of the time. Anxiety Incredible. Copy the left and rightmost cards in your hand. So this is 5/3, 5-mana 5/3. Draw 2 cards. This is pretty easily a 4-star card. Yeah, because Zai, like, we have this effect already. We've had it in Azure Drake. We have it in Steward of Scrolls. We've had it with so we've had it with cards like these that are 4/4 generate a card, or was it Big Ol' Whelp 5/5 generate a card. So this is 5/3 generate 2 cards. That's good. That's a 4-star card. Lady Radiant Rush costs 1 more if your hero has 6 or more attack. All right, this in Arena, 6 attack is a lot more difficult to get in Constructed. In Constructed, this will be really powerful. In Arena, I would say that's not going to happen nearly as much. So, still a good card though. 6-mana 6/6 Rush. That's good. This is a 4-star card. You definitely want to take these. The occasional time, because this is not impossible to happen. This is just not 100% likely. But the occasional time when you do get it as a 1-mana 6/6 Rush, it's going to be incredibly powerful. So I would say 4-star card. Stilt Stepper, 3/1, Battlecry, draw a card. If you play it this turn, give your hero +4 attack this turn. So again, you don't want to play this on curve. You can. 3-mana 4/1 to draw a card is not bad. Like, it's average. It's worse than Loot Hoarder, but it would still be probably a high 2-star card. The 4 attack, especially in the late game, especially when you want to push face, I would say is really powerful. And I would put this as like a high 3-star card actually just because of that. So, like, as I said, good card, decent card. I don't think, like, you'll take it. It's better than a lot of things. There's a lot of things better than it. So, yeah. Il'gynoth. Lifesteal. Your lifesteal damages the enemy hero instead of healing you. So, if you don't have lifesteal, there was a card back in Blackrock Mountain, Axeflinger for Warrior. It was a 4-mana 2/5. Whenever it took damage, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. And Il'gynoth reminds me very much of that, just by itself. Now, there is lifesteal in the set, and I think in Constructed, this card could be a thing. It could be something where you use it to, you have lifesteal to hold off like the small things for aggro, and then you use this to push a lot of burst damage when you need to kill something. So I could see it being a thing there. In Arena, I think it's usually going to be a better Axeflinger. So for that, I'm saying it's a high 2-star card. I'm selling it for Arena. Oops, where is that? 2 more cards here. Renowned Performer. Rush, Death Rattle, summon 2/1/1 assistance with taunts. Infested Wolf of, right now, Battlegrounds fame, used to be Infested Wolf of Arena fame. And that was a 4-mana 3/3 Death Rattle, summon 2/1/1 beasts. This is a 4-mana 3/3 with Rush, Death Rattle, summon 2/1/1 assistance with taunt. See? And you can see here the Renowned Performer, it's trying to cut the assistant in half, and we get 2 assistants. And usually magic things like this would be done with twins. So it's likely the performer's assistants are actually twins that perform this. Like, one person is here and the other person gets out of the way. Like the person that, I'm sorry, I'm just appreciating the like magic aspect of this, and like how much flavor there is in the card art and the cutting in half, and there being 2 assistants that come out of this. I as someone who's studied magic, I love the flavor of this card. Okay, anyway, back to Arena. So again, this is a Let me get my thing here. It's 5/5 in total stats. It's got rush. It's got taunts on the back end. They're pretty good. So this is a 4-star card. Like, it's definitely a good card. It's definitely a card you want to pick up. I don't think it's like Scorpid level. I don't think it's necessarily. It would be. I would say it's kind of close to what is it? I'm blanking on the name. The 4-mana 3/3 Fireball Ready Bat Rider. I would say it's close to Bat Rider, but like I would rather have a 3/3 than I would to have a 2/1/1s. So it's a little worse than that personally, but I think it is a good card. I do think it's a 4-star card. Expendable Performers. This is a 6-star card. First 6-star card of the set. Summon 7/1/1 Ildari with Rush. If they all die, summon 7 more. So if they all die does not mean 7 have to die. It means like if you have 3 minions on board and you play 4 of this, then you have 7 mana, deal 8 damage to whatever you want. And that's really, 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 really good. There is, what is it? Swarm of Locusts in Hunter, which is 6 mana, summon 7 things. And this is potentially 7 mana, summon 14 things. Like, when you get to that level, like, this becomes absolutely insane. This becomes a card where you can just pretty much clear mostly any board while keeping your own board alive, because you probably only have 1 or 2 things left on your board. So yeah, I love this card. I definitely think it's a 6-star card. I think it's one of the best card Demon Hunter has in the set. Right. Okay, that's it for Demon Hunter. When I come back, the next set I will do is Druid, so I will see you guys then.